It's morning again. You have to excuse me. Got a bit of a sinus infection going on top of all the other shite. Was going through my morning devotions and so many different things. I sat in a chair by the open back door and watched the sunrise. It was full of my favorite hours and listening to the animals in the back garden. Saying my good mornings with Rockwool. Lori went through a list of unique things from the previous life and the current life. You'll have to excuse me. My Irish is tired. When I was a flight attendant, met some interesting people. Later to find out that they were famous. I guess that's why they liked my conversations. And that went into some of my dating habits. We'll call them dates. Belly dancing in Africa. Stripping as flight attendant number 9 in Minnesota with the gay 90s. Wandering cities all over the world by myself. Flights that I'd rather not remember. All lessons. Some of them were very hard lessons. Why I lived through them, I have no idea. But now here we are now. And something that kept popping up in discussions, well, devotions. I have discussions with the Creator. I don't have to be in a prone position to speak and hear the Creator. Usually gets answered by creation. Those first 5 days came before a human experiment. Still think the Creator had a hangover on Saturday, and then Sunday woke up and went, wow. But don't know how long this will be. After answering my calling and my distress being part of that, was to make certain People looked at my face and heard the words coming out of it, instead of looking at the spare parts here and there. It also is very comforting as shield. Now, from all sectors of the community, I'll get hit with, "Are you a real man? You smoke. I've seen you drink. You can cuss like a sailor." I don't have to cuss like a sailor to cut you in half with my tongue. Went over a list of bishops that in my tenure at Christ Church Cathedral, two bishops from India that were so pleased to meet me. A Protestant, Hishra, well, not Protestant, but Episcopalian. The bishop from Sudan that I insulted by giving him a hug. A bishop from South Africa seeking out lily money, which I called down with some of the actions of the church in Africa, pulling transgender people in front of the congregation and stripping them naked. Bishop Mauricio del Brazil, such a wonderful man. And other bishops. Just like when before I met people I found were famous. I don't care if you got a title. I'll hit you with facts. The Bishop of Northern Indiana. Oh, sweet Jesus. He might as well be Roman Catholic. But I think you can be educated with an understanding. Now, are you a real nun? Yes. I am a Jesusian nun. I follow the teachings of Jesus. Now here's a conundrum. Jesus never wrote anything. All the information we have is secondhand, maybe from a person that was there. Most of what is accepted in the quote-unquote Bible that King James created by having books and chapters put together with a beginning and an ending, totally out of chronological order. And now we have a whole I'll politely say, a group of people who venerate what a group of scholars put together so they wouldn't piss off a king. Sort of sounds familiar with a current situation. But Jesus, what we know that he may have said. And yes, you have to go into the Gnostic Gospels. Because it's in the Gnostics you have some things that, well, Jesus was not a sexist. And Jesus accepted transgender, third gender hijras that King James people just slapped the name eunuch on. So yes, I am a real nun. I shouldn't have to explain anything more than that. Unfortunately, I think I'm the only transgender nun in the United States. No cohorts. I've received respect and disrespect from people that think they knew me well enough to make demeaning remarks. You know what? I'm over it. So, what does it mean? Well, airplane traffic always reminded of my previous life. Usually, since this is a minority neighborhood, most of the cargo planes go over here. So, will I go quietly into the dark? You already know the answer to that. I just have to step back. Now, another question that has been presented to me. Would you ever marry Sorry, gentlemen, but I had enough experience with you all in the previous life. I'd marry for companionship. The thought just hit me. Why I would like the church to recognize my calling to the beloved and being a Jesusian. In that recognition, would be the official act of companionship between myself and the Creator. Only female personas called to the life of being a Jesusian and following the beloved would understand. I noted Hildegard, Rita, and Claire. Well, Hildegard was kept safe because she came for money, but she studied deeply. She's one of the accepted doctors of the church. She read and understood so many languages. Now, Saint Rita, saint of the impossible, tried 3 times to be accepted for her calling. When things seem impossible, I remember her. And St. Clare of Assisi, she had some chutzpah. You have to look that one up yourself. Well, it's time for this one to end. So, blessings on you. Do not make yourself a target. For my sisters, brothers, and youngers, you don't have to go back into the closet. You don't have to stop expressing yourselves. But for the love of the Creator, do not give our adversaries reasons don't.